Or should I say good afternoon. 4 o'clock game coming up. The number 2 seed out of 6B, the Anaconda Copperheads. And the Copperheads yesterday took care of business as they defeated Eureka 59-23. Taking on the number 1 seed, the number 1 ranked team in Class B, the Big Fork Vikings. The Vikings are the home team, but they are wearing their blue jerseys with white numbers. In their white with gray numbers. So to start the ball game, the Vikes will be going north to south. I'm over on the west side broadcasting, looking at the floor. About 3 minutes here or so to go till tip-off. This is James LaFonte with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, and it is my pleasure to be with you this afternoon. The last time these two met, and this should be a really good ball game, it was down in Anaconda at the pit, and the Vikings took that ball game 55-44 back on the 16th of December. So 2 months have gone by, things have changed. The winner of this ball game will move on to the championship for tomorrow night, and that will be at 6:30. They'll take on the winner of the next ball game, which is Loyola and Florence. So it should be really 2 semifinal matchups coming up. The next 2 ball games tonight, and the winners facing the championship. The losers, well, the losers ball game faces Thompson Falls at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The loser of the second ball game will face Deer Lodge at 9 a.m. All right, let's get things going here. Yesterday's ball game, the Vikings took that 44-27 over Deer. Great job there by the Big Fork High School Pep Band. So we're going to meet the starting lineups from the PA announcer. And tonight's officials will meet those. Anaconda comes in this as the number 2 ranked, 14-4 overall, 6-2. Actually 15-4 now with their win yesterday. The Vikings are 19-0 and ranked number 1. In boys, Anaconda is actually ranked 8th in the state. Josh Nelson out of Kalispell, one of the officials, J.R. Casillas out of Missoula, and John Kinsel from Butte, Montana, tonight's officials.
Number 2, Kyle Gokenauer.
Well, they look like they corrected that height difference yesterday, if you saw that going on.
The 6'3" junior, number 30, Logan Gilliard.
Alternating,
For the Copperheads, the 5'10"
Gokenauer,
sophomore,
Gilliard.
number 3, Michael Galley.
So this should be an interesting ball game tonight.
The 5'10" junior, number 10, Randy Stokes.
Stoltz getting the start tonight. He's been playing well down the end of the season. Had a great game against Loyola.
For the Copperheads,
And steady,
the 6'6" junior, number
Randy,
34, Zeke.
great defender. So we'll see what happens if he puts them on Braxton Hill to try to slow him down.
For the Vikings,
Hill had a really good game yesterday
number 3, Colton Wright.
against Eureka.
For the Copperheads, the 6'6" senior, number 22, Trent Micheladas.
So to catch you up and loser out action this morning, it was on the boys' side.
Number 0, Anders
Deer Lodge
Epperly.
over Eureka 55-41. Deer Lodge will move out to the ball game tomorrow morning. And
For the Copperheads,
Eureka is headed home.
number
And the other loser out, Thompson Falls over Troy 68-29. So Troy is done. Thompson Falls still alive.
And finally, for the Big Fork Vikings, a 6'6" senior, number 33, Bo
Well, looks like we're ready to go. 3:59, so introductions are done. Met the players. A good crowd on hand on the far side. Both bands here for Anaconda and for Big Fork tonight. And a lot of Big Fork fans on hand, as well as Big Fork tends to travel very well, especially down here at Ronan. Anaconda, I see a nice group of fans, their band, cheerleaders for both, so everybody getting settled in. And here's a tip between Michelatus and Santa Stephen, and the tip taken there by Galley for Anaconda. Gives the ball to Braxton Hill, over to Michelatus, back to Braxton Hill. Hill drives and kicks it out. They get a first whistle of the game. Randy Stoltz with the first foul of the ball game, and first team foul. Braxton Hill into Michelatus. Michelatus from three-point range, off the rim and no good. Tipped up there, Buck. Back out to Braxton Hill. Epperly takes it away from Braxton Hill. It's going to drive all the way to the bucket and throws one up, misses, but Colton Reichenbach up at the rebound, out to Gilliard. Gilliard back to Reichenbach, back to Gilliard, up to the top of the key with Epperly. Over to Stoltz on the right side, back to Epperly. Gilliard kicks it out to Colton Reichenbach. His shot on the way. It's good for two for Reichenbach from the left side. So full court pressure, Braxton Hill. Michelatus drives to the key and off the rim. Gilliard with the rebound, up to Epperly, going to push it to the Vikings. Epperly dribbling up the right side to Randy Stoltz. Stoltz looking inside, finds Gilliard. Gilliard out to Epperly. Epperly on the drive, nearly throws it away. Reichenbach saves it out to Gilliard. Back to Randy Stoltz. Stoltz will give it back to Epperly at the top of the key. And Epperly's three-point shot on the way off the back of the rim. And Colton Reichenbach with the rebound on the left side. Takes it back out to Anders Epperly. Epperly will reset to Stoltz, back to Epperly. Into Gilliard. Logan Gilliard shoots over Michelatus and drains the two. Over the top of the defense of Michelatus. Grokenauer up the court to Buck. Buck, oh, Epperly just takes it away. Epperly feeds Gilliard. And Logan tried to take the shot up, had a hold of his wrist, and they're going to call a foul on the far side on Anaconda. And that foul is going to be on number 34, Zeke Buck, his first personal. And he's got a bloody nose. He has to come out of the ball game. So number 33, Riley Cobbin, comes in for Anaconda. One team foul apiece. Epperly taking it out, feeds it into Logan Gilliard. Gilliard's three-point shot on the way, and nothing but the bottom of the net. 7-0 right now for the Vikes with 5:56 to go here in the first quarter. Vikings putting on pressure. Shot up, 33. Cobbin just came to the ball, gets it. Braxton Hill with the rebound, tries to drive in on the baseline, steps on the end line, that's out of bounds. And it'll be turned over to Big Fork. Cobbin gets a shot up along with Galley, and they're no good. Braxton Hill tries to drive the baseline, hits the end line. Epperly with the ball, cross half court, feeds it over to Stoltz on the right side. Back to Epperly, top of the key. Over to Colton Reichenbach on the left side. Gilliard kicks it back out to Epperly at the top of the key. Guarded by Stoltz. Over to Bo Santa Stevens to Epperly at the top of the key. On the left side, another three-point shot by Gilliard off the front of the rim. And Michael Galley comes up, dribbles up court, past Epperly. Braxton Hill at the top of the key in the front court, guarded there by Stoltz. He'll take it off the right side for Big Fork. From way out there, Braxton Hill launches a three. Rebound there by Cobbin, and Logan Gilliard on the drive. Oh! Braxton Hill comes from behind, grabs him from behind as Logan Gilliard and that's going to be an intentional foul as Braxton Hill does not go for the basketball. He wraps over off the top, and he's arguing his first second team foul. That'll send Logan Gillard to the line for 2 free throws. Gillard's first shot off and no good. He'll get one more on the intentional foul called on Braxton Hill. Hill talking to the referee, saying that he was going for the ball, but Gillard had a beat up court. Gillard's second shot is good. So 8-0, 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. End of the ball game. Clayton Reichenbach, number 1, along with Logan Taylor, number 15. Epperly to take it out. Looks for Santa Steve, top of the key, over to Clayton Reichenbach, to Anders Epperly. Epperly on the drive. He is blocked there by Michelatis. Out to Braxton Hill. And in the backcourt, Logan Taylor, number 15, picks up his first personal. And that'll be team foul number 2. So 2 fouls apiece on each team. Braxton Hill with the basketball. Feeds it up court to Gokenauer, over to Galley, out to Gokenauer. Back at the top of the key to Braxton Hill. Off the left side. Braxton Hill will dribble. Santa Stephen picks him up. Clayton Reichenbach on him. Dicks it out to Michelatis. Michelatis' shot is off the rim and no good. Knocked. They give it to Anaconda, but it looked like that ball was off of Michael Galley. It'll be Anaconda's basketball underneath. And Zeke Buck will return. He replaces Riley Cobbin, and Gokenauer to take the basketball out underneath their own basket. Out to Braxton Hill at the top of the key. Epperly guarding Hill. Over to Sawyer. Sawyer's shot from Buck is short. Epperly with the rebound. He's going to drive it all the way to the hole. Throws it up and no good. Logan Gillard on the rebound, comes in, tries to knock it away. He picks up his first personal and third team foul. And checking in the ball game for the Vikings, it'll be number 21, Chase Chapius. So 30-second timeout, go. 8-0. The Vikings jump out in front. They're ready to play today. And Anaconda, their shots are a little bit off right now. 406-270-7384. Let me know that you can hear this, how we're sounding, got the right volume, background noise and all that. It will be Anaconda's basketball underneath. Gokenauer to take it out. Full court pressure. Epperly and Clayton Reichenbach in the front court into Braxton Hill. About 3-quarter pressure. Feeds it over to Gokenauer. Gokenauer up the left side, gives up his dribble. Back to Braxton Hill. Braxton Hill in the air. Over to Gokenauer. Back to Braxton Hill. Braxton Hill looking to get his shot. Buck sets the screen. Chapius jumps out, stop him. Hill still with the basketball as Anaconda runs the offense through Braxton Hill. A long 3-point shot up the front of the rim. Rebounded there by Chase Chapius. Feeds it over to Epperly. Epperly gets bumped from behind by Anaconda. That foul's on number 2, Kyler Gokenauer. And that'll be his first and third team foul. Number 3, Colton Reichenbach returning for the Vikings. Epperly into Reichenbach, Colton that is. Epperly dribbles up top of the key. Looks over for Colton Reichenbach. His 3-point shot on the way. A little bit hard, but Santa Steva tips it out to Epperly. Epperly over to Colton Reichenbach on the left side. Bo Santa Stephen, the 6'6 senior, down in the corner. Back out to Reichenbach, then to the key to Epperly. Epperly dribbles to the right side. He's going to drive, kicks it out to Colton Reichenbach. Back to Epperly at the top of the key. Santa Stephen thought about it. Chase Chapius 3-point shot just short, but Santa Stephen comes up with the long rebound. He drives to the basket. His shot off the back of the rim, rebounded by Buck. and no good. 2:45 to go, 8-0. The Vikings have the lead, and Braxton Hill across the timeline with the basketball. Michelatis over to Buck, back to Braxton Hill on the right side. Reichenbach driving and guarding him. Shot short, making him give it up. Epperly with the rebound, driving it up court. Chase Chapis on the left side. Colton Reichenbach cutting across the key, and he is run into by Braxton Hill. That is going to be Hill's second and 14th foul. Number 5, Luke Smith checking in for the Vikings, and returning is number 30, Logan Gilliard. It will be the Vikings basketball taking it out underneath their own basket with 2:24 to go, and Schmidt will inbound the ball. He's looking for Gilliard, finds Chase Chapius over to Colton Reichenbach, back to Luke Schmidt, three-point shot off the rim. Gokenauer tried to corral it, but off his hands and out of bounds, and it'll be Big Fork basketball underneath. Number 5, Braden Sawyer checking into the ball game for Gokenauer for Anaconda, and Schmidt to inbound for Big Fork. Out of the top, Logan Gear for the top of the key. Launches a three-point shot and drains it, nothing but net. 11-0 with 2:10 to go. Here in the first quarter, the Vikings lead. Up the court to Sawyer. Sawyer drives it in. He's going to get fouled, and that's going to be on number 15. Logan Taylor, his second, and 14th foul on the Vikings. And returning, we got Santa Stephen, Clayton Reichenbach, Epperly, and Randy Stoltz in the game, and Logan Gilliard will remain. Those are the starting 5. 11-0, 2:04 to go here in the first quarter. Vikings lead the Copperheads. Nice give and go as Buck feeds Michelatis on the drive, and he'll make the bucket. And he is fouled on the play. So Logan Gilliard picks up his second personal. And 15th foul. Michelatis to the line to shoot the and one. Shot on the way is good for Michelatis. It is 11-3 with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Up the right side is Epperly. Across the timeline, feeds it out to Stoltz at the top of the key. Chase Chapius on the left side, looking underneath, finds Anders Epperly. Epperly looking out, kicks it out to Stoltz. Stoltz at the top of the key, three-point shot, off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and is good for 3. Randy Stoltz drains a 3. 1:35 to go, 14-3. As Galley brings the ball up, feeds it to Nicolas at the top of the key, over to Buck for three-point range. Buck's shot is off. Nicolas with the rebound, blocked there by Santa Stephen. Nicolas gets it and puts it back up for 2 for Anaconda. Chase Chapius into Epperly, brings it up the court across the timeline. 1:13 and counting. 14-5, Epperly. Santa Stephen launching a 3, and that three-point shot, but Stoltz hustling on the play, gets the rebound. And on the right side, feeds it out to the top of the key to Epperly. Epperly just holding the ball, making Anaconda come out and guard him. Galley, ball over to Stoltz, back to Epperly. Over to Chase Chapius, he fakes a 3, dribbles, back to Epperly. Chase Chapius on the drive. Oh, it gets it knocked away by Michelatis. And feeds it up to Braxton Hill, driving up the court. Feeds it to Galley. Galley trying to drive Chapius with good defense. Michelatis, long 3, no good. Clayton Reichenbach had great boxing out position. And Braden Sawyer, so knocked out of bounds. It'll be Anaconda basketball. Braxton Hill to bring it in for Anaconda. Feeds Michelatis on the left side to Galley, back to Braxton Hill, and out to Gokenauer. Three-point shot on the way and no good. Strong rebound there by Colton Reichenbach. Epperly driving it all the way, takes it up, back past Braxton Hill, and gets it taken away by Buck. Braxton Hill with the basketball, 5 seconds to go. Hill launches a long 3, and he drains it at the buzzer, does Braxton Hill. I saw him do that yesterday. 1 quarter complete, and the Anaconda Copperheads pull within 6 as the Vikings lead 14. 8 after 1 quarter. So the crew over there, that's Braxton Hill's first points. So 8 points, Nicoladas with 5, Braxton Hill with 3, the only 2 scoring. And Logan Gilliard leading the way. He has 9 points. Stoltz with a 3, Colton Reichenbach with 2. It'll be Big Fork basketball. Colton Reichenbach to inbounds. Stoltz, Epperly, Clayton Reichenbach, and Santa Stephen round out the 5 for Big Fork as they have the basketball to start the second quarter. Inbound to Epperly across the timeline. Over to Stoltz on the right side. Looking for Epperly. Feeds it out right side. Colton Reichenbach. Back to Randy Stoltz. Over to Epperly on the left side. Buck, Nicoladas, Braxton Hill, Gokenauer, and Golly for Anaconda here with 7:35. Epperly on the left side kicks it out. Colton Reichenbach for 3 off the rim and no good. Braxton Hill comes up the rebound. He'll bring it up the court across the timeline, and Randy Stoltz meets him right there in the front court. 7:20 to go, 14-8 Vikings. Kicks it over to Golly. Golly over to Gokenauer. Braxton Hill feeds Buck for 2. Underneath and a nice play, 14-10 now. The Vikings lead the Copperheads. Epperly with the ball across half court. Stoltz back to Epperly, Colton Reichenbach, Santa Stephen, Colton Reichenbach, and Epperly. Reichenbach with the basketball. It's Colton. Clayton on the right side feeds Stoltz. And Clayton Reichenbach kicks it out to Santa Stephen from 3-point range off the front of the rim, but off the leg as Michael Galley tries to rebound. Knocks it out of bounds, give you Big Fork basketball as Luke Schmidt returns for the Vikings. Anders Epperly will take the ball out. Santa Stephen knocked away by Braxton Hill. He knocks it away from Hill. Epperly, that looked like could have been called either way, either a blocking chart or a player control foul called on Epperly on the block. Yeah, that's team foul number 6 here in the first half. Inbounded to Hill. He brings it across the timeline in the front court, top of the hill. Buck's going to set a screen. Stolen there nearly by Clayton Reichenbach. Buck shoots it. No good. Wild save out to Gokenauer. Colton Reichenbach pass intended from Nicoladas. Reichenbach steps in front. Out to Luke Schmidt at the top of the key, guarded by Gokenauer. Over to Clayton Reichenbach. A little tentative on taking that shot after returning from Michigan. But Colton puts it up for 2 from the free throw line. That's Colton Reichenbach with the 2-point bucket. 16-10. 5:50 to go here in the first quarter. Golly with in the front court. Nicoladas on the drive, the left-hander. He takes a shot from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Santa Stephen up to Schmidt. Feeds it to Epperly. Epperly dribbled up the right side, bumped by Gokenauer, no call. Fed. Got there by Clayton Reichenbach, shoots it just short, and no good. And timeout will be called by Anaconda. It's a 30-second timeout. So 5:31 to go here in the first half, and the Vikings lead 16-10 over the Copperheads. So Logan Gilliard with 2 personal fouls and 9 points returns to the lineup. He's going to have to play real careful not to pick up his 3rd in the first half. Great student section over there cheering on the Vikes for this ball game. So on the floor, Schmidt, Epperly, Colton Reichenbach, Gilliard, and Santa Stephen for the Vikings. Braden Sawyer, Riley Cobb, Nicolatas, Braxton Hill, and Golly in the ball game. Takes across the timeline. Ball is in Braxton Hill. Luke Schmidt bothering out front. Screen set. Then Braxton Hill kicks it out, but Nicolatas on the far side tips it back in. As the shot was short from Golly. Down across the timeline. Epperly out to Schmidt. Over on the right side, left side to Colton Reichenbach. Over to Gilliard, back to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen on the drive, kicks it out to Luke Schmidt at the top of the key. And they're going to set their offense. Epperly on the right side, looks Gilliard, pump fake, shoots it short, but Santa Stephen with the rebound, puts it off and no good. The rebound came up there with Braxton Hill. He's going to drip up the right side. Vikings slowing down Hill from a long way out. Drains a long three. That'll be 16-15. The Vikings with 4:15 and counting. Colton Reichenbach to Schmidt, bringing the ball in. Schmidt brings up timeline, gives it to Gilliard on the left side. Schmidt with the basketball to the right side to Epperly. Epperly looking for Colton Reichenbach, looking inside to Santa Stephen. Kind of a sloppy pass. Santa Stephen couldn't handle it. Turnover as Buck, or check that. Cobb gets it, feeds it to Braxton Hill, does it off the timeline. Over to Sawyer. Sawyer on the dribble to Nicolatas. Nicolatas turns around and shoots it short. Luke Schmidt with the rebound. And Epperly up the right side, look at the drive all the way to the bucket. Blocked there by number 33, Riley Cobbin, no foul called. And on the rebound, they're going to get Logan Gilliard for his third personal. 3:30 to go here. And 16-15, Vikings lead. And 30-second timeout is called by Big Fork. Yeah, that's a 17 foul, so Anaconda will be shooting a 1-and-1 after the timeout. Chase Chapius returning for Big Fork. Well, Big Fork ran out early, and Anaconda, you know that they were going to fight back. Shout out to Senator Ed Buttry listening online. So, for Anaconda, it is Galley in the ballgame along with Sawyer. Riley Cobb at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Braxton Hill and Nicolatas for Anaconda. Schmidt, Epperly, Santa Stephen, Chapius. Free throw is no good. Loose ball on the floor, and Colton Reichenbach and Riley Cobbin tie it up as the free throw is missed. And on that, possession to Anaconda. Sawyer with to inbound the pass, tries to feed it to Braxton Hill, stolen by Schmidt, up to Epperly. Epperly is going to drive all the way, gets Nicolatas in the air, and Epperly tries to shoot it over him, and no good as Nicolatas comes up with the loose ball to Braxton Hill. He tries to drive inside, and blocked there by Santa Stevens on Braxton Hill, and they're going to call the foul on 21, Chase Chapius. That is his first and 8th team foul. Braxton Hill will go to the line to shoot 2 for Anaconda.
Braxton Hill at the line, shooting 2.
Well, it ties the ball game up. One more. Clayton Reichenbach and Randy Stoltz return for the Vikes with 3:03 to go here in the first half. Hill's shot on the way to take the lead for the first time, 17-16. Stoltz to Clayton Reichenbach. Over to Chase Chapius out in the corner on the left side to Colton. Back out to Chase. Chase to Stoltz. Over to Colton Reichenbach. Clayton Reichenbach top of the key. Out to Randy Stoltz. Feeds Santa Stephen. And Chase Chapius drives. Feeds Clayton Reichenbach. Shot on the way. Just rims out. And Micheladas will come up with the rebound for Anaconda with 2:30 to go and 17-16. Anaconda leads the Vikings. Braxton Hill across the timeline up the left side, passes it out to Sawyer, back to Braxton Hill. Braxton, he'll shoot from anywhere, feeds it over to Sawyer. Got to pay attention to Braxton Hill. Into Micheladas. Micheladas looking to take the shot, drives in, rebound miss. Chase Chapius up to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach looking underneath, finds Chapius. Tries to feed it underneath, knocked out of bounds by Braxton Hill. It'll remain Big Fork basketball as number 15, Logan Taylor, and number 0, Anders Epperly back in the ball game for the Vikes. Epperly will take it out underneath with 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and trailing 16-17. The Vikes. Epperly feeds it out to Santa Stevens. Santa Stephen Bo feeds it to Epperly. Epperly to Santa Stephen, over to Randy Stoltz on the left side on the wing. Back out top, Epperly with the basketball. And Santa Stephen steps out, shoots the ball off the front of the rim, and no good. Hill with the rebound, brings it up across the timeline. Looking to drive, kicks it out to Sawyer. Sawyer from three-point range, and Sawyer drains a three. The Vikings trail 20-16 with 1:30 to go here in the first half. Epperly across the timeline to Colton Reichenbach. Back to Epperly. Over to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen to Epperly. Feeds it out to Colton Reichenbach. Three-point shot on the way. No good, off the rim. Hill with the rebound. Braxton Hill being careful with 2 fouls. Missed across the timeline. Picked up there Randy Stoltz. Sawyer, three-point shot off the rim. And no good. Santa Stephen goes to get the rebound along with Logan Taylor. I have positioning. And they're going to call the foul on Santa Stephen, who looked like he had position. His first and 19th foul. Micheladas will go to the line, shooting a 1-on-1. That happened on the rebound. And I thought Logan Taylor and Santa Stephen had position boxing out. First free throw on the way, and it is good on the 1-on-1. He'll get the bonus. 102, trailing 21-16, and the second shot on the way is no good. Dings around, Taylor comes up with it. Epperly up the right side, kicks it to Stoltz, and they're going to call a foul. Galley picks up his first personal 5th team foul as he bumps Epperly. Epperly will take it out of bounds underneath for the Vikings. He's looking, surveying, finds Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen at the top of the key, looking to shoot. No, kicks it over to Colton Reichenbach. On the drive, throws it up, no good, but gets his own rebound, puts it up for 2, and Reichenbach makes the follow. 21-18, 40 seconds. Braxton Hill dribbling it across the timeline, picked up there by Colton and Epperly. Buck all over the side, shoots the three-point and makes it. 24-18, 30 seconds to go here in the first half. The Vikings trip 6. Epperly across the timeline. Over to the left side of Colton Reichenbach. Taylor blocked there by Micheladas. Micheladas at 6'7" for Anaconda. Gives it to Braxton Hill at the timeline. Bothered there by Epperly and Stoltz. A circus shot as Braxton Hill throws it up. It looks like a delay of game warning was called on Honda. Quickly into Stoltz, trying to shoot. Epperly at the buzzer, no good. And 1 half complete. Vikings got to find an answer for Braxton Hill as he went off in that second quarter to score 7, and the Vikings trail 26-18 to go here in the first half. And the Vikings pretty much the second half team, and we'll see that fouls 9-5 there in the first half. The Vikings are going to have to figure something out. We'll take a short break here and be back with some halftime stats. Here and Santa Stephen, Braxton Hill, Michael Galley. Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Broadcasting live from the Rodan Event Center, trying to get my streaming working again. I wonder if you're hearing that out there. 406-270. Logan Gayer with a three-point shot on the way. And timeout is called. Anaconda 32-30. During all that, hello, 406-270-7384. Just text me. Let me know if you can hear me out there. 32-30 with 3:38 to go here in the third quarter. The Vikings fight back. They got to slow down Braxton Hill. Hill feeds it to Golly. He's going to be fouled there by Colton Reichenbach on the drive.
Fouls on number 3, Colton.
His first team foul here in the second half.
At the line for the Copperheads, shoot 2. Number 3, Michael Galley.
Galley at the line to shoot 2. No good on the first one. Well, it looks like we're back on the air, and second shot on the way for Galley. He makes it 33-30 with 3:25 to go here. Colton Reichenbach long 3, oh, just off. And Braxton Hill comes with it, swings the elbows. Stoltz right there, feeds it up to Sawyer in the corner to Buck. Buck's shot on the way, Gilliard, and Buck with the three-point shot, 36-30. And 3:03 here in the third quarter as the Vikings fought back and trailed by 6 now. Epperly, the basketball over to Colton Reichenbach. Inside, tries to feed it. Knocked away by Michelatis. And Buck comes up with it to Braxton Hill, brings it top timeline. Stoltz bothering Braxton Hill. Hill with a shot off it, the backboard. And Gilliard with the rebound. Anders Epperly, dribbling up the left side across timeline, feeds Colton Reichenbach back to Epperly. I think the length of Anaconda underneath is bothering the Vikes just a little bit. Gilliard on the right side, back out to Stoltz. Stoltz at the top of the key. Over to Reichenbach, back to Epperly under Santa Stephen and feeds it to Gilliard, wide open for the 2-point bucket. 36-32, the Vikings trail with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Golly brings it across the timeline. Epperly bottom, handoff to Braxton Hill. And Stoltz right there.
Fouls on number 10, Randy Stoltz.
Randy Stoltz will pick up the personal, his second and third team foul. Clayton Reichenbach returns for Stoltz, back in for Anaconda. And number 2, Kyler Gokenauer. 2 minutes exactly. 36-32. Anaconda over Bigfort in a well of a ball game. Sorry, we lost the feed there for a moment, but got it back. Micheladas from three-point range steps inside, feeds Gokenauer. Gokenauer on the drive for 2. Stretches the lead to 38-32. In the corner, Reichenbach to Gilliard, back out to Reichenbach. That's Clayton over to Epperly, back to Reichenbach to Gilliard. And Santa Steve with a beautiful move, spin move around Micheladas for 2. That's 4 points now for the big man. Santa Stevens brings him within 4 with 1:19 to go here in the third quarter. Hill crossover, drives right at Santa Stevens. And he'll go to the line as Bo will pick up his second. And the 4th team foul. Randy Stoltz returning for Clayton Reichenbach. 40-34, 1:13 to go. The Vikings need to come up with an answer for stopping Braxton Hill. His free throw on the way is good. Stretches the lead to 41-34 with 1:12 to go here in the third quarter. Stoltz brings it across the timeline, gives it on the right side to Epperly, back to Stoltz. Gilliard at the free throw line, looking over Santa Stevens, 3-point range, and Santa Stevens steps outside, drains the 3, and pulls the Vikes within 4. Under a minute to go. Gokenauer loses it right to Gilliard, and Gilliard fouled and tries to take it up hard by Gokenauer, and Gilliard will go to the free throw line. That's on Gokenauer's second and 4th team foul. Gilliard, Logan Gilliard stepping the line for the Vikes for 2 shots as the Vikes with 48 seconds to go trail 41-37, and Gilliard will get 2. First shot on the way off the back of the rim. Gilliard usually a good free throw shooter. Give me a shout out, 406-270-7384. Ed Butcher, let me know that you still hear me. We got the streaming back. I had to stop it and restart it. So, second shot on the way is good for Gilliard. 41-38 within 3 with 48.7 seconds. In the galley, back to Braxton Hill. Braxton Hill, Stoltz right on him, trying to bother him. Hill from way out, shoots up a 3, no good, rims out. Gilliard over to Epperly up the left side, down the middle. Epperly's going to drive, kicks it to Colton Reichenbach for 3, and he ties the ball game as Colton Reichenbach drains the 3. We're tied at 41 here with 20 seconds to go in third quarter. Hill being trapped out front. Oh, and Epperly ties him up, and they're going to call a foul on Anders Epperly as soon as he got the jump ball on Braxton Hill, but that is Epperly's second and 15th foul. So dry the sweat off, and Sawyer is going to replace Gokenauer. Well, the fans, Jimmy and Becky from Georgia, are listening. Thanks for listening. Inbounded to Braxton Hill, top of the key. He's going to look to shoot that 3 at the buzzer again. Screen set there by Micheladas, picked up by Epperly. Hill raises up, misses the shot. Rebounded by Gilliard with 2 seconds. Epperly, a long shot. Oh, from 3/4 court is no good. And 3/4 complete. We got ourselves a ball game as the Vikings come back after trailing 26-18 to tie the ball game here at 41 going into the fourth quarter. Hill picks up 9 points in that third quarter, but Gilliard, just like he did in the first quarter, 8 points. He had 9, so he has 17 overall. I missed one 2-point basket. I'm not sure who to give it to. So A better quarter offensively for the Vikings. As they put up 23 and outscore Anaconda 23-15 in that third quarter, and we have a tie ball game. If you're not here, you're listening. Thanks, shout out to all. James LaFontaine with you here at the Ronan Event Center. The Vikings have possession to start the fourth quarter. A chance to the championship tomorrow night at 6:30. Inbound to the Stoltz, over to Epperly. Epperly looks in the corner at Santa Stevens. Epperly's going to drive, finds Santa Stevens on the far side. Three-point shot on the way short, and Micheladas will come up with it as Bo launches the three from the left side. Hill and Stoltz just harassing him the whole time, playing great defense on Braxton Hill. Over to Buck, back to Braxton Hill. Has to double clutch it as Stoltz is right there. Micheladas comes up with it, intended there for Golly, and thrown out of bounds. Big Fork basketball. Hill complaining to the officials. Gilliard inbounds to Stoltz. Stoltz will dribble across the timeline. He's going to look for Colton Reichenbach. Reichenbach fakes the three-point shot to Santa Stephen, out to Stoltz. Epperly is going to drive it inside. Blocked there by Micheladas. And Anaconda, every time that Vikings SWAT have been complaining about a foul, it ain't going to happen. The officials are going to let him play. Hill brings it across the timeline. And Buck, three-point shot, no good. Gilliard up to Epperly across the timeline. He's going to drive all the way. Feed Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens with the shot, no good. But Logan Gilliard with the follow for two. And the Vikings take the lead, 43-41, 6:40 to go in the ballgame. Stoltz guarding Hill as he comes up the court. Anders comes to double team. Feeds it out. The three-point shot by Golly. And 44-43, Anaconda takes the lead into Epperly. Logan Gilliard for 3 points off the front of the rim. Santa Stevens with the rebound. Kicks it out as he falls down to Epperly. Epperly off the backboard, no good. Stoltz comes up with the loose ball and the rebound. Over to Logan Gilliard on the left side. Back out to Stoltz at the top of the key. Santa Stephen on the right side, looks underneath. Colton Reichenbach takes it up and scores, does Colton. That'll be a 45-44 with 5:50 to go here in the ballgame. Feeds it inside to Buck. Buck goes on the far side and makes the layup as Santa Stephen tries to guard him. Gilliard into Stoltz, brings it up the right side. Feeds it up to Epperly on the right wing. Vikings moving around. Out to Stoltz at the top of the key. Over to Colton Reichenbach. Back to Stoltz. Out to Santa Stevens, to Epperly on the wing. The top of the key. Feeds it over to Colton Reichenbach. Shot on the way, no good. Tipped up. Logan Gay with the rebound, puts it up. Santa Stephen gets the rebound, puts it up. And they're going to call a foul on the floor on the rebound. And that's going to be Big Fork basketball underneath.
Foul on number 32, Braxton Hill.
Braxton Hill picks up his third personal. Buck comes out. Cobbin comes in. And Vikings basketball, 5:06 to go. Up the top to Epperly. Gilliard feeds it to Epperly, the top of the key. Under 5 minutes to go. Colton Reichenbach look to start, to shoot. Epperly on the drive, raises up and shoots the jumper, no good. But Colton Reichenbach feeds it out to Clayton Reichenbach. Over to Epperly, Logan Gilliard to Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens fakes the three. Over to Logan Gilliard. Epperly drives out. Colton Reichenbach for 3-point. Drains the three! Does Colton Reichenbach, and timeout will be called. 4:30 to go in the ballgame, and the Vikings take the lead, 48-45, with 4:30 to go here. we got ourselves a heck of a ball game. Vikings trailed at 8 at halftime, but now lead by 2 here in the fourth quarter. We're back on the air. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of the Vals. Great to be with you. Zeke Buck checking back in for Anaconda. Here's the semifinal. The Vikings are in the fourth quarter. They lead 48-46 over the Anaconda Copperheads. And I'll tell you, the officials are letting the kids play. They're not going to call that little ticky-tack stuff, but 5 team fouls on each. And Galley will take it out for Anaconda on the far end. Feeds it to Braxton Hill, harassed there by Epperly and Clayton Reichenbach. Colton Reichenbach, also Logan Gilliard, Santa Stephen in the lineup for Big Fork. Braxton Hill shoots an air ball, knocked back in by Galley, but Santa Stephen comes up with the loose ball. He gives it to Epperly. Epperly dribbles across into the top front court, over to Clayton Reichenbach to Santa Stephen, back out to Clayton, over to Epperly. Logan Gilliard trying to feed it inside to Colton, knocked away there by Buck and Braxton Hill. It'll be Big Fork basketball underneath, and Epperly will step out of bounds with just under 4 minutes to take it out for the Vikings. Big Fork into Gilliard. Gilliard up and scores off the inbound play. Nice pass there by Epperly. 50-46, 3:50 to go. Braxton Hill up the court to Buck, to Micheladas. Micheladas inside. Goes right up against Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens standing straight up. And they're going to call a foul on Santa Stevens. His third, 16th foul. Micheladas to the line to shoot 2. Micheladas' first shot up and on the way. Makes the first free throw. Randy Stoltz returning for Clayton Reichenbach. And second shot is no good. Logan Gilliard with the rebound, gives it to Randy Stoltz. 3:40 to go, 50-47, Vikes. Epperly, Logan Gilliard. Gilliard thought about shooting the 3. Back out to Stoltz, Epperly. Santa Stephen, no, out to Gilliard. Gilliard for the top of the key. Shoots, no good. Rebound there by Cobbin. Cobbin back in the game. Along with Galley, Hill, Sawyer, and Micheladas. Cobbin, Braxton Hill is going to drive over to Cobbin. Cobbin in the court. Braxton throws up a wild shot, no good. And loose ball to the floor. Santa Stephen knocks it away. Picked up there by Epperly. Tries to field Gilliard. Gilliard saves it back in bounds. And Anaconda picks it up. Braxton Hill on the left side of the basketball. Micheladas shoots over and misses everything. He shoots over Randy Stoltz. It is Big Fork basketball. 2:44 to go here in the ball game. 50-47. The Vikings lead the Copperheads. And Stoltz will bring it across the timeline over to Epperly on the right side. Colton Reichenbach over to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen guarded there by Dolly. Out to Stoltz. Colton Reichenbach on the right side. Anders Epperly surveying things, guarded there by Micheladas. Over to Santa Stevens, back to Stoltz. Back to Epperly, and they're going to run a little bit of clock, take a little bit of air out of the ball. Santa Stephen with the basketball. Over to Stoltz, back to Epperly. Over to Gilliard on the right side, making him guard. Sawyer has to step out, making Anaconda come out, trying to open it up a little bit. And Epperly stands near half court with the basketball in his hand, making Braxton Hill come out. Okay, Colton Reichenbach feeds into Logan Gilliard. Gilliard off the backboard, no good. Readed there by Galley. 50-47, 1:45 to go. Gives it over to Braxton Hill on the left side. Epperly will pick him up. So we're going to have a timeout called by Anaconda. 1:36 to go in this ball game, and a heck of a ball game as the Vikings lead the Anaconda Copperheads 50-47 with time left to go here in the fourth quarter. A great crowd on hand. Coming up next, it's Loyola and Florence battling it out in the semifinal. The winners of this ball game and that ball game will face in the championship game of the 2018 Western B Divisional tomorrow night at 6:30. So strategy talking it up. The Vikings strategy, got to get the ball out to Braxton Hill's hand, make him give it up, but Buck, you know, Galley, Sawyer, Cobbin has stepped up with some big baskets. So for the Vikings, we got Epperly on the floor, Santa Stephen, Gilliard, Colton Reichenbach, and Randy Stoltz. 6 team fouls on Big Fork, 5 on Anaconda. Braxton Hill, Buck, Zeke Buck, number 3, Michael Galley, number 5, Brandon Sawyer, and number 22, Micheladas on the floor. 1:36 to go. Galley inbounds to Braxton Hill. Hill guarded there by Randy Stoltz, gives it up to Sawyer. Sets that back screen. Braxton Hill coming out, looking to take a shot, but Randy Stoltz all over him like glue. Braxton Hill has to step way outside, and he trades his 3 to tie the ball game with 1:15 to go, and Epperly brings it across his timeline out to the right side to Randy Stoltz. 1:06 and counting. I think the Vikings going to be really patient here. Epperly with the basketball, dribbles in the corner, feeds it to Gilliard. Gilliard shot misses off the back of the rim. Buck comes up with the rebound, gives it to Braxton Hill with under 50 seconds to go. Stoltz guarding Hill, got to make him give it up and not let him get it back. Looks like they might be holding for the last shot, but everybody's stepping out on Braxton Hill, make him shoot a bad shot. Stoltz all over Hills, he guards up top. Hill dribbling it. And Anaconda is forced to take a timeout with 22.8 seconds to go in the ball game, and we are tied at 50. It's going to be a full timeout called by the Copperheads as Hill was trapped, gave up his dribble, and Stoltz was all over him. He didn't want to turn the ball over, get a 5-second call. Well, they got to deny Hill here with 42, with time running down here in the fourth quarter. And he'll shoot it from anywhere, and that looks like what he's trying to do, to try to set the high screen. Tied at 41 after 3 quarters, and 9 points apiece scored here in the fourth quarter. Okay, number 5, Brandon Sawyer's going to inbound the basketball for Anaconda, looking for Braxton Hill. Hill got to the right side. He feeds back to Sawyer. Sawyer, they're going to give him the basketball. Back out to Braxton Hill to Sawyer. To Micheladas. They're holding for one shot as Anaconda, and they're going to double team him. Micheladas with the basketball, and trapped in the corner is Galley. Buck, Sawyer with the shot. It's going to be short. Rebounded there by Randy Stoltz. We are headed to overtime as the shot by Michael Galley hits the front of the rim and off as Anaconda going for the last shot. The Vikings doubled up on Braxton Hill. They were not going to let Hill beat the Vikes. And they make Micheladas give it up. Sawyer taking the shot. Got it into Galley's hand. He kicked it to Sawyer. Sawyer's shot falls short. So we'll head to an extra period tied at 50. And The next foul will put Anaconda in the bonus. 16 fouls to 5 team fouls. Big Fork has 6. Anaconda has 5. You're going to want to stick right here. Well, the crowd is going crazy and the other team's coming in, so it'll be tipped. It'll be Micheladas tipping against Santa Stevens to tip off this overtime, a 4-minute overtime. And the tip one as Santa Stevens kicks it back to Colton Reichenbach. Over to Epperly across the timeline, back to Stoltz, back to Epperly on the right side. And Stoltz will send it over to Santa Stephen, to Colton in the left corner. Logan Gilliard kicks it out to Stoltz. Stoltz to Epperly. Back to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen up underneath, kicks it out. 3-point shot on the way. Santa Stephen with the rebound and the putback by Santa Stevens. As Epperly's shot falls short. 52-50, 3:20. As Galley brings the ball across the timeline. Sawyer to Buck. Buck's shot, no good. And they're going to tie it up. Buck and Santa Stephen. That's going to be a held ball. And it'll be Anaconda basketball underneath. Sawyer to take it out for Anaconda. Feeds it into Galley. Galley's 3-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound made there by Colton Reichenbach, gives it to Epperly up the left side as the Vikes lead 52-50 with 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Stoltz with the basketball over to Colton Reichenbach, over to Santa Stephen in the corner, back out to Colton Reichenbach, to Stoltz, the top of the key, over to Logan Gilliard on the left side. Santa Stephen drives to the basket, and they're going to call a held ball as Micheladas ties up Santa Stevens. This time, the possession belongs to Big Fork with 2:47 to go. Epperly to inbounds. Feeds it to Logan Gilliard, out to Santa Stevens, over to Stoltz. Epperly on the right side to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard back to Colton Reichenbach, taken away by Braxton Hill as he comes behind Reichenbach. Hill on the drive, feeds to Sawyer. Sawyer with the 2-point bucket. That'll tie it up at 52, 2:25 to go. Stoltz, Colton Reichenbach on the left side to Epperly. Epperly looks for Logan Gilliard. Gilliard steps out to the 3-point line, back to Stoltz. Over to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard looking underneath, finds Epperly, guarded by Micheladas. Santa Stevens, guarded there by Braxton Hill, kicks it out to Gilliard, to Epperly, to Stoltz, over to Colton Reichenbach for 3, off the rim and no good. Hill with the rebound for Anaconda. 1:55 to go, 52-52, and we're tied. Michael Galley's shot on the way, and Galley drains the 3, and they take the lead 55-50. Stoltz gives the ball to Epperly, back to Stoltz, back to Epperly, top of the key. 1:30 and counting. Santa Stephen for off the backboard, no good. Buck comes up with it for Anaconda, gives it to Braxton Hill. The Vikings trail 55-52 with 1:20 to go. Randy Stoltz with a steal from Hill. He's going to go to the bucket. Reverse layup, Santa Stephen. As Stoltz misses it, Santa Stevens on the follow. And Big Fork will call timeout. 1:11 to go here in overtime. And a good hustle there by Santa Stephen. As Randy Stoltz tries to do the reverse layup, comes up short, but Santa Stephen follows, puts it up and in, and the Vikings trail 55-54. All I can say is, wow, the officials are letting them play here in this overtime period. The Vikings, they did what they wanted to do, got the ball out of Braxton Hill and Micheladas, but Michael Galley comes up with a big 3-point shot, and Brandon Sawyer has scored in overtime. Hill and Micheladas haven't even, Micheladas only 1 point here in the second half. So on the floor for the Vikes, Epperly, Stoltz, Colton Reichenbach, Logan Gilliard, and Bo Santa Steven. Buck, Michelatis, Braxton Hill, Michael Galley, and Braden Sawyer for Anaconda. And Galley will take it out on the far end with 1:11 to go here at overtime. And the Vikings trailing 55-54. Inbound to Braxton Hill, stolen by Colton Reichenbach, and that'll be a foul on Braxton Hill. Hill's fourth personal as he basically runs over Colton Reichenbach on the loose ball. And that is the 16th foul on Anaconda. 1:09 to go here in overtime, and it will be Big Fork basketball. Reichenbach inbounding to Epperly. So what do the Vikings do? Go for that layup, or they're going to hold for the last shot? We'll see. Something's going to come open that I know that Sam Tudor will have him take a good shot. Logan Gilliard drives it in on the left side, back out to Stoltz, over to Epperly. They're going to be patient. 50 seconds to go. Epperly takes the shot. No good off the rim. Hill with the rebound. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Santa Steven. Oh, check that. That foul's on Randy Stoltz, the 17th foul. That's going to put Braxton Hill at the line for a 1-and-1. So on the bonus, Hill's first shot on the way and good. 56-54, 44 seconds to go. And the Vikings will take a timeout, a full timeout with 44 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Vikings trail 56-54. Might have been a little bit early to take that shot, but Epps was wide open just off the rim, and Hill comes up with the rebound. Santa Steven standing right there. Hill tried to go around him, drew the foul. Got in the bonus 1-and-1. So not many fouls called here in the second half. Like I said, they're letting them play tonight. Hill will get one more. If he makes it, it's a one-possession game regardless. Right now, the Vikings trail by 2, so they'll get a shot at it either way. They just got to box out and rebound if he misses it. Braxton Hill back to the line. Anaconda is going to go all the way back for defense. And just Braxton Hill at the free throw line, so the Vikes should be able to cup up with this rebound. 44 seconds to go. Hill's second shot is on the way, and no good. So Hill misses it, and the Vikings trail by 2, under 40 seconds. Epperly across the timeline to Stoltz, back to Epperly. Out to Colton Reichenbach to Epperly. Looking for Logan Gilliard. Gilliard looking to drive, gives it back out to Epperly. Randy Stoltz to Epperly. Galley comes out on Epperly, over to Colton Reichenbach. Santa Steven up neath, finds Stoltz, kicks it back out to Epperly. Epperly's going to drive it to the basket and makes the shot on a nice up and under by Anders Epperly. Ties the ball game. Braxton Hill all the way is blocked by Santa Steven. Santa Steven with the rebound. Unbelievable. Braxton Hill goes up, gets rejected, and Santa Steven comes up with the rebound with over 3 seconds to go as Big Fork calls timeout. We're tied at 56. Epperly with an unbelievable move as he drives a key, goes up and under Michelatis, scores the layup to tie it at 56. Then Braxton Hill pushes the ball down court, but the big 6'6" Santa Stevens right there. As Hill went up, Santa Stevens rejects it, gets all ball, and Big Fork comes up with the loose ball. Calls timeout. We'll see how much time, if they put any time back on the clock. 56-56, and the Vikings will have an opportunity to take this ball game here in overtime. And looks like they'll get the last shot. It's going to be Logan Gilliard for the Vikes taking it out. Epperly in the backcourt. No time back on the clock, and they're going to put, it's 3.1 seconds to go. What kind of play has Tudor drawn up for Big Fork? Check that. They're going to put some time back on. 4.2 seconds to go here in overtime. Gilliard, Epperly drives it all the way to the court. And at the buzzer, Santa Stevens. It looks like he was fouled as the shot comes up short, but no whistle at the buzzer. And we're going to head to a second overtime here in Ronan at the Ronan Event Center. I guess the officials decided to swallow their whistle on that, as it looked pretty close there. As a great play. Epperly got the ball in. He's so quick. Drives it up the court to the three-point line. Made the defense commit to him. Looked like he's going to shoot a three. Kicks it under Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens drives. Puts the shot up, but no good. Tied at 56-56. Overtime, number 2. All right, I'm going to need a little bit of water. Overtime number 2, another 4 minutes on the clock. Micheladas, Santa Stephen jumping again. We're going to send to overtime number 2. And same thing, Santa Stephen tips it back to Colton Reichenbach to Epperly at the top of the key. Clayton Reichenbach also in the ball game now for Randy Stoltz. So both Reichenbach, Santa Stevens, Gilliard, and Epperly. The same lineup. Galley, Colton fakes a shot into Santa Stevens. He is triple teamed. He's going to kick it out to Epperly. Epperly is going to drive. Logan Gilliard for 3 off the rim, but Santa Stephen there blocked by Micheladas as Santa Stephen goes up after he captures the rebound for Big Fork. 3:19 to go. We're tied at 56. Braxton Hill to Galley. Galley, he's going to get called for the turnover as he gets the ball caught on his hip. That is a good call. He turns the ball over, gets it caught on his hip. That is a carry. And Big Fork basketball. Randy Stoltz back in for Big Fork. Epperly over to Logan Gilliard to Stoltz on the right side, out to Epperly. Epperly's going to drive. And he feeds it to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen nearly stole it. Epperly back out top. Randy Stoltz back to Epperly. 2:56 to go. 56-56. Colton Reichenbach feeds it to Logan Gilliard. Looks inside but couldn't get to Stoltz because of those long arms of Micheladas. Santa Stevens on the right side. Epperly nearly stole him. Epperly's three-point shot on the way, no good. But battling Buck comes up with the rebound before Anaconda, and Braxton Hill will dribble across the timeline. Epperly out there, and Stoltz. Buck with the shot, no good. Rebound by Colton Reichenbach, gives it to Epperly. 2:19 to go, 56-56. Colton Reichenbach on the left side from Epperly to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen looking to drive, but he's got Micheladas right there, kicks it to Stoltz. Stoltz to Logan Gilliard. Oh, make that to Epperly at the top of the key. 2 minutes into Gilliard. Out to Epperly. Over to Bo Santa Stephen on the right side. Back out to Epperly. I think the Vikings are going to settle for a good shot here, being patient. And near the halftime line, Epperly going to drive. Takes it up and drives through the middle for 2 for Anders Epperly. 1:34 to go, 58-56. Braxton Hill brings it up the court. Throws it off of the hands of Buck as that pass was a little bit hard coming from Braxton Hill as he drives. He was made to give it up. Hits Buck, but Buck can't handle the pass. 1:26 to go in here in the ball game, and 58-56, the Vikings lead. The next team foul on Anaconda will put the Vikes in the 1-on-1 bonus. Epperly at the top of the key. He's just going to hold it out there. Make Anaconda come out and guard him. Hill going to come out and guard Epperly. Braxton Hill goes down. Nicolaus blocks it out of bounds as Epperly tries to drive. Gokenauer returning for Anaconda. 1:03 to go, 58-56, Vikes lead over Anaconda. Epperly to inbounds. And before he's handled the basketball, there is a timeout called by the Vikings. And a 30-second timeout here at the Ronan Event Center. Wow, what a ball game. Double overtime as the Vikings trailed by 8 at halftime, but they force it tied going into the third quarter and remain tied in the fourth quarter. Overtime, we're in overtime number 2, and the Vikings lead 58-56. And Big Fork will get the basketball underneath their own basket with 1:03 to go here in the ball game. Let's get the ball in patiently and take a good shot. I mean, they're in the bonus. Inbounded to Logan Gilliard, out to Bo Stevens. Here comes Epperly out to get the basketball, guarded by Braxton Hill. Nicolaus guarding Gilliard, back out to Randy Stoltz on the right side. He's going to give it to Epperly. Epperly guarded by Hill. Hill has to be careful because he has 4 personal fouls. Gilliard shot up off the front of the side rim, no good. Braxton Hill on the drive. And he runs right into Santa Stevens. They could have called it either way. But Braxton Hill and Michael Golly all over Colton Reichenbach, who comes up with the rebound. Right there, Bo was set, and looked like that could have been a charging call, as Braxton Hill took it right into him, but they swallowed their whistle. And if anything, that should have been a charging on Hill because Santa Stephen was set. Colton Reichenbach to line for the Vikings to shoot a 1-and-1. 17 fouls, second team foul on Galley. Reichenbach's first shot on the way, no good, off the rim. Braxton Hill with the rebound. 28 seconds and counting. Vikings lead 58-56. Hill goes in the corner. He's looking out, feeds it to Gokenauer. Gokenauer guarded there by Epperly. Epperly looking for the steal. Comes up with it, knocked away. Oh, they say it's off Logan Gilliard. And it looked like that was off 2 Anaconda players. And it's going to be out of bounds. Nicolaus gets up off the court. You see what's going on here. Number 5, Brandon Sawyer, back in the ball game. Anaconda will call a timeout. 11.1 to go here in the second overtime in this ball game. The Vikings lead 58-56. And the only thing that the Vikings can't give up is a 3-point shot, because you know that Anaconda's gonna hold it for 1. You know, if I was the Vikings, guard the 3-point line. Braxton Hill will shoot from anywhere, but do not give up the 3-point shot. Give them a 2, we'll go to overtime number 3. We can still play. So try to keep the ball out of Braxton Hill. Michael Galley, a good 3-point shooter as well, so we got to watch him. Hill, Buck, Nicolaus, Galley, and Sawyer back in for Anaconda. Epperly, Stoltz, Gilliard, Colton Reichenbach, and Santa Stephen into Braxton Hill. They're going to force him. Let him take the 2-point shot. Oh! Unbelievable. Santa Stephen blocks the shot by Braxton Hill, but they blow the whistle. His 4th. On the other end, at the end of the first overtime, they swallow the whistle. Here they call the foul. That's going to send Braxton Hill to the line. Looks like he has some blood, so he's got to get that cleaned off, or somebody has to come in to shoot free throws for him. They got to clean the blood off, or he's got to call a timeout. Anaconda's going to have to use that final timeout. Otherwise, Hill would have had to come out of the ball game. He's got blood on that uniform. They're trying to clean it up and clean up his elbow. 6 seconds to go here. And Braxton Hill with 2 free throws. As Santa Stephen with the foul. To me, it looked kind of clean. Braxton Hill changing shorts right there on the court in front of everybody. Unbelievable. Should have gone to the locker room. Tucks it in. So 6.1 seconds to go here. Hope you're listening. Double overtime. 56 for Anaconda, 58 for the Vikes. Braxton can only tie it up, but the Vikings have an opportunity at the last shot. And with the speed of Epperly, we know that he can get it up the court.
Shooting 2.
Braxton Hill at the line. He'll get 2 free throws. And the officials say there's still blood on that uniform. The trainer comes out. You can't have any blood. Nope, he's got to come out of the ball game, and that's what they're arguing about. You can't fix it. You can't fix it on the court. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hill has to be subbed out. Hey, you gotta follow the rules. The rules say any blood at all on the uniform, it's gotta be cleaned up. Anaconda's booing, but that's the rule. Hill at the line, first shot is good. And his dad, the coach, Bill Hill, nearly getting a technical foul. Hill back to line, shot number 2. On the way, misses it. Stokes with the rebound. Rebound, and we'll see what's going on. Bill Hill on the floor. He shouldn't be on the floor. Anaconda complaining about it. We'll see what's going on. They're calling a held ball. We'll see what's going on. It's kind of chaotic down here right now. Got some people standing in front. It's kind of hard to see what's going on with the officials. So Stoltz gets the rebound. Looked like he got fouled, but they're going to give the possession to Anaconda here as Braxton Hill misses a second free throw. 2.2 seconds to go. And 58-57, the Vikings lead. Oh, Santa Stephen with the huge block at the buzzer as Nicoladas, the ball gets inbounded. Santa Stephen steps out and blocks the shot. What a ball game. Big Fork, congratulations, remains unbeaten, but I tell you, a big shout out to Anaconda who came to play, and a great ball game. Big Fork went out early in the first quarter, and Anaconda came right back in the second. Big Fork Vikings come back in the third to tie it up at 41. Tied at overtime. or excuse me, at the end of 4 quarters. Then we go into the first overtime. We're tied, and double overtime. You're not going to get a game better than that, folks. Unbelievable. Incredible on that shot. Big Fork had a chance to win it in the first overtime. Get the ball. Epperly drives it up, kicks it in the corner. Underneath is a defense for Anaconda comes out to guard Epperly, who could have shoot the three-point shot, but he found Santa Stephen underneath, and Santa Stephen gets blocked, misses the shot at the end of the first overtime. Overtime number 2, Big Fork jumps out first, but Anaconda comes back. Time running down, Braxton Hill drives it all the way to the court. Blocked there, but fouled by Santa Stevens. That gives Braxton Hill 2 free throws as they're trailing 58-56. And Hill had blood all over his uniform and on his elbow, and the officials were making sure that, hey, you got to get that blood off or cover it up. That's the rule in basketball. I know the fans from Anaconda were booing about that, but the rule says you have to get the blood off. So he changed shorts with somebody right on the floor, still had some blood on his uniform, gets that taped over so he can shoot the free throws. He drains the first one, and he's been shooting free throws really good all night, Braxton. He missed 2 previously. He misses the second one. Randy Stoltz comes up with the loose ball and tries to get out, but just hangs on to it and nearly gets fouled, but Anaconda ties it up. So possession arrow to Anaconda. They get the ball underneath, and they denied Braxton Hill the basketball, but inbound it to Micheladas at the top of the key, steps inside, goes up to take the shot, and a 6'6" Bo Santa Stephen blocks it out. Randy Stoltz grabs the basketball, drives it across the half court, ends the ball game as the Vikings win 58-57 in a whale of a semifinal. That will move the Vikings to 20-0 on the season and move them into the championship ball game. They will take on the winner of this next ball game between the Loyola Rams and the Florence Falcons, who are meeting for the 3rd time. They split their games on the regular season. Give me a couple minutes to catch my breath. I'll come back with some stats for overtime. They're both overtimes, and we'll see how that's going. Well, I'm going to wrap things up here from the Ronan. And Johnson's in Big Fork in here. My wife tells me to settle down, but the atmosphere here was unbelievable, as in the third quarter, when we got tied up, going into the fourth quarter, ended up tied up, and the first overtime, and unbelievable at the end. The fans for both teams, it was just incredible. An incredible ball game by both teams. You know, they're two of the top teams, if not in the West, but in the state of Montana. I got finals for you. You know, tied at 41 after the third quarter, tied. We go to double overtime. Just incredible. So not much happening. Understand, after 3 quarters, we were tied, right? So first quarter, it was 14-8, Big Fork. After the second quarter, 26-18, the Vikings trailed at halftime, 41-41, as the Vikings came back with a huge 23-point third quarter, outscoring them 23-15. 9 apiece for each. I have in the fourth quarter, tied at 50, overtime, 6 apiece in the first overtime, tied at 56, and the second overtime, not much scoring. A lot of patience, running the clock, and Epperly scores the 2 to make it 58, and Braxton Hill, what's 1 for 2 at the free throw line for 57, the Vikings final. 58-57, that'll put Big Fork into the championship game. You're gonna check that out. That's tomorrow night at 6:30 right here with Anaconda. Anaconda will take on Thompson Falls tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So they're gonna turn around and play again in the morning, 9 a.m. either here or over at the high school, as they happened last year. So once again, congratulations to the Vikings in a hard-fought ball game. They come out steaming in the first quarter, give it back in the second, but come back as they were pressed by Anaconda. A great game, ball game by them. Well, thanks for listening out there. Thanks for the shout out. Logan Giger's grandparents all the way from Georgia listening. I'm sure the tutors were listening from Minnesota, along in Arizona. Johnson's at Big Fork, my wife in Big Fork, Ed Buttry over in Great Falls, and all the others that weren't at the ball game that were able to listen in. Hey, I've got to call a lot of great ball games, but that was probably one of the best. Second to the state championship in football for the Vikings in 2010. Once again, thanks for listening. Your final from the Ronan Athletic Center. It was the Big Fork Vikings in double overtime, 58. The Anaconda Copperheads, 57. Thanks for listening. Check out the Valkyries coming up at 9 o'clock tonight as they talk on the Loyola Breakers. I'll be back to call that ball game as well. Otherwise, we'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:30 when the Vikings are back in action for the championship thing. Thank you and good night.